different type of numerical. Okay, all the steps are same, but only there is a little bit difference with the earlier one. So all of you please listen carefully. Okay, yes, this numerical is simple than the earlier one. Only one little difference is there. So as you can see this figure, okay, this one, you see what is the difference between these two, the earlier and this one. Okay, so in the earlier, what is there? There is a simple L section is there. Okay, so we cannot say that where is our centroidal axis, means where is our center for that type of section. We can't say. So for that we need to find out that CXX and CYY. After finding out that, we can easily say that our center is at a distance of 11 mm from the section. So, but for this type of section, as you can see, it is a Z section. So if we cut this section in the exactly at the mid of this section, what we will get? We will get exactly the mirror image of each other. Okay, if we cut about x-axis or if we cut about y-axis, we will get exactly the same image of each other. So for this type of section, we can now easily say that our center is at the center of this section. As you can see here, we directly draw the section at the center of this section, x and y axis. Okay, so from this we can locate our centroid G. Okay, so we can easily locate our centroid G. So for this type of section, our one part is already over, so we no need to find out again the CXX and CYY, because we can now directly say that our centroid is at the center of this section. So we can directly draw that x and y axis by the at the mid of this section. Okay, as you can see in this figure. So for this type of section, there is no need of find out this CXX and CYY. But for the earlier section, we cannot say, because that is the L section. It is not the, if we cut that type of section, we will not get the exact mirror image. So for that type of section, we need to find out that CXX and CY to locate the centroid of the section. But for this type of section, it is not required, as we can directly say that the center is exactly passing through the center of this section. So one part is already over. So we can directly go to the next step. So for our finding our next step, what is there? We need to find out the moment of inertia about that x and y axis. So for that, what we need to do? We need to find out this IXX and IYY. So all of you please go through this. What is this IXX and IYY? See, in the first numerical, what we did for finding out that IXX and IYY, as we divided the section into two parts. So there is only two parts. But for this section, we need to do it twice, because we need to divide the section into three parts. As you can see in this figure, we have to divide this section into three parts. From the below and from the top, we need to divide this into three parts, so that we will get three rectangular section. So for this three rectangular section, now we need to find out this IXX and IYY. And also one thing, you see, the dimensions are all these things are given, and the top part and the below part, which centroid is G1 and G2, these two section is exactly the same section. These dimensions are also same. For these two section, B and D is also same. So if we find out 1, we can simply multiply with 2. That will give us 2 moment of inertia of these two sections. So for this, you see here it is C, that formula IXX. For IXX, what is the formula? Moment of inertia of A1 plus A1 H1 square. Similarly, for the second section, it is moment of inertia of A2 plus H2 square. And now one more section we need to add here. That is moment of inertia of A3 plus A3 into H3 square. But A1 and A3, that two area is exactly same. So if you find out 1 by simply multiply with 2, you can easily give, it will give the 2 for the two section, or else you can also do 1 by 1 also. So what we did here, you see, so we need to find out 1 by 1. So for that, find out for the below one, simply again we need to follow that procedure. So moment of inertia is given by simply b d cube by 12. So here you see we just put the value 100 into 10 cube by 12. Similarly, area we already know a1. How we need to find out this area for rectangular section? Simply multiply the L into b. Again, same way for find out h1 as earlier from the axis. What is at the distance to the center of that section? We need to find out that h1. So our dimension is from the below to the x. It is half of the 200. It is 11. From 11, if we minus half of this section 5, so we can easily say that h1 is our 95. Similarly, for that middle portion also we need to find out, and for the last portion also. For the last portion and the first portion, it is exactly same. So we simply multiply by 2. It will give you the value. See in the IYY what we did for the find out. By finding out the first one, we simply multiply with 2. It will give for the both the section from the first and the last section. For the middle, we need to find out separately, because for the middle portion the b and d is different. Okay, so simply do this same calculation ixx and iyy. After finding out that, again we need to locate the center. Oh, sorry, we need to locate exactly the coordinate for the g1, g2 and g3 at which distance it is exists. So x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. All these three things we need to find out by considering the axis. And also we need to follow the coordinate system at which coordinate this g1, g2 and g3 exist. But interestingly, you see here, when we finding out the product moment of inertia about the x and y axis, this ixy, there is three part. As you can see here, it is three part: a1 x1 y1, a2 x2 y2, and plus a2 x3 y3. But in the next step, you see that middle portion is what we did. We just put a 0. So can anyone say me why we put that 0? Anyone please respond?
The middle section is like
Yes.
middle section is in x-axis. That's why.
Yes. For the middle section, our that G2 portion, that means what, for if we consider that section is as, sorry, it's part by part. If we consider that 1, 2, 3 section, that second section, I think all of you can see that simply passing through the center of that section. For the second section, sorry, I think, are you able to see this? Here you see that for the second section, the x and y axis is simply passing through the middle of that section. So we know that at the center of x and y axis, the coordinate is always 0, 0. Okay, so for that section, if we find out that coordinate x2 and y2 for that section, it is 0, 0. So anything multiplied by 0, it comes out to be 0. That's why we simply put here you see that in the middle portion we simply put 0 for calculation. Okay, so after finding out this same thing, we need to repeat. Inclination angle, we need to find out at which angle that principal principal axis are exists, that u and v axis. So u and v axis is at inclined at an angle theta. So for finding out that theta, we need to find out this step 10 twice theta. Simply everything we got already, ixy, iyy, ixx. Just put this value in this formula. We will get that theta value. Okay. So after this same things we need to repeat again. All these things we have already did 10 twice theta. After finding out the theta, After that, what we need to find out that momentum inertia about these two axes means that the two principal axes IUU and IPP. So already we have calculated all these things IXY, IXX, IYY. So again we need to put these values in the formulas. So you will get this value. Okay. Is there anyone have any doubt? Please ask me. All of you, please try to solve the okay without solving or without writing in your copy. You can you will maybe it will not clear to you. All these things are well explained in this PDF because last time we did the class in the classroom itself. So there is so much possibility of using this board and all these things. So going one by one to the students if there is any doubt. But this time it is very difficult. I can understand that for analysis and for this type of subject, it is not easy to understand by simply speaking or by simply reading. So all of you, I am suggesting again and again, please try to write in your copy and do it. Okay. Or else you will not be able to understand everything. Is there anyone ask? If anyone have any doubt, you can ask, please. And all of you, please don't write twice your enrollment ID, okay, in the chat box. Only write once. Because some of you are giving 2-3 times your attendance. Please don't do that, okay? Just write once. And also you can write the last digit only. No need to write everything, 82, L, all these things, 82, 2016, 17, like this. You simply write the last 3 digit or 2 digit only, okay? It's enough. Because already I know all of your roll numbers and all these things, name also. You just simply write, like if your roll number is 1, just write 1. If 2, just write 2, okay? To the notes, okay? While I am marking your attendance, all of you please go through the notes and
Sir,
leave the meeting.
sir,
Yes, yes. Hello, who's there? Okay, you all of you please do one thing. You go through the notes and see is there you are not able to understand. Till then, I am going to mark your attendance. Okay, please don't leave. Okay, someone is asking a good question. Okay, what he, who's that? As B, it's showing as B. Is it Stephanie?
Yes, sir.
You are asking that question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a very good question. Very good question. Okay, see why we are not considering that A2 and H2 square. You are asking about that. Is it?
Yes, sir.
As you can see for the middle portion that our coordinate is exactly at a position at the center. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so we will not get any height because it is at the center. So from that x and y axis we are considering that h1, h2, h3. Is it for all the axes? But for that middle portion, if you look, that is actually at the center itself. So there is no height. H2 is 0. That's why we are not taking that. Okay, because A2 into H2 is 0. So if anything multiplied by 0, it will comes out to be 0. So we are not considering that part, A2 into H2 square. But for the first part, we need that BD cubed by 12 because in between there is a positive sign. If there is a multiplication part also, that and we also can neglect that part also. But we can't neglect the first part. That formula for moment of inertia of area of every section plus A1 into H1 square like that. So for the middle portion, A2, H2 part will not be there because H2 is our 0 as it is lies at the center of that section. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Are you able to get it now, Stephanie? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anyone left to give your attendance? If not, can wind up this session for this today. And else, is there anyone have any doubt? You can please come
Sir,
up with that. Yes.
roll number 11, I missed my her number.
Okay, roll number 11. Okay, fine.
I just
Okay, then all of you, thank you so much. All of you, please try to solve this by your own. Okay, please write in your copies and do all this calculation, all these things. Then only you can. I think all of you can able to clear all of your doubt. So please try to write this in your copy by seeing the PDF. I have given some pics from the book also. So just take the references and try to do it by yourself. Okay. And if there is any doubt, please come up with that in the next class. Okay. Till then, thank you, all of you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.